Dear Starseed from Gaia, the man stepping into your life right now has already loved you before this lifetime began. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you this transmission directly from the Arcturian Love Council, delivered to you in this exact moment, because your soul is finally ready to receive what your mind has been afraid to accept. This is not coincidence. This is not timing. This is a sacred appointment written into the architecture of your journey long before you took your first breath on Gaia. The man coming into your life does not feel like a stranger because he is not one. He carries the memory of you in the deepest chamber of his heart, and somewhere beneath the noise of your daily life, you have felt him approaching. That feeling you cannot explain, that pull towards something you cannot name, that is recognition, not fantasy. That is your soul remembering what your human mind forgot. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize your divine counterpart and align with the sacred union your heart has been calling forward. But here is the first revelation. The reason this connection feels overwhelming is not because something is wrong with you. It is because something is finally right. Divine love does not arrive quietly. It arrives as an earthquake in the chest, a disruption of everything ordinary, a holy interruption of the life you built while you were waiting. You did not find this video by chance. Your heart called this message in. This is not content. This is a transmission. Something in your soul is ready to remember. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1111 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth right now. And share this with someone whose heart you know is also ready. This is not just a message. This is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Your heart knows why you're here. They told you the loneliness was something to fix. They gave you timelines, checklists, dating profiles, and advice columns. They told you to put yourself out there, to stop being so selective, to lower your standards just enough to make love more convenient. And maybe you tried. Maybe you followed some of those instructions for a while, smiled through dates that felt like job interviews, and returned home each night to a quiet that no amount of distraction could fully cover. But here you are, still carrying something that none of those strategies touched. And what if I told you that your inability to settle was never a flaw in your design? What if the very thing that kept you walking away from connections that almost worked, that quiet interior voice that said not this one, not yet, was not fear of commitment or some wound from your past keeping you closed? What if it was memory? What if somewhere beneath the surface of your human understanding, your soul has been holding a frequency, a signal, a kind of love blueprint that it encoded before this lifetime began? And every time you walked into a connection that didn't match that blueprint, your whole being quietly said no. Not because you are broken, but because you remember what you came here to receive. Most souls struggling with love are not struggling because love is absent from the universe. They are struggling because they are carrying a heart that was built for a specific kind of union, a sacred architecture of connection, and they have been trying to force that heart, a magnificent vessel designed for oceanic depths, to accept something smaller, something confined to a teacup. It's a profound mismatch between the soul's inherent capacity for grand love and the limited offerings it has been presented. Your heart, in its exquisite design, resists dilution, resists constriction. Much like a great river refuses to be contained by a shallow stream. It yearns for the confluence, the merging with another current of equal depth and resonance. There is a wound that runs through the divine feminine and the divine masculine alike, an ancient aching wound that was written into the very fabric of your energetic blueprint through every lifetime where love was conditional, where the tenderness you offered was met with a caveat, where you were abandoned at the precise moment you needed to be held most fiercely, where you opened yourself completely, shedding all pretense, and were met not with mirroring depth, but with someone who's simple. He could not match your spiritual magnitude. These aren't just isolated incidents. These are karmic echoes, imprints pressed deep into your energetic field, vibrational memories that taught your system, with a chilling certainty, to associate the vulnerability of love with the sharp sting of pain, the courageous act of revealing your depth with the potential for danger, and the glorious surrender of true openness with the inevitable beginning of loss. It's like a finely tuned instrument, once designed for soaring melodies, having learned to play a defensive tune, vibrating with caution rather than ecstatic possibility. So your heart, in its desperate, primal need for survival, built walls that, from the outside, looked like profound wisdom. It called them boundaries, declaring them sacred lines of protection, when sometimes, in truth, they had become impenetrable barriers, sealing you off not just from harm, but from genuine connection itself. It called the emotional distance self-protection, a necessary shield against a hostile world, when sometimes it was, in a cruelly ironic twist, a form of self-abandonment, dressed meticulously in the language of spiritual growth and discernment. You convinced yourself that detachment was enlightenment, that guardedness was strength, when deep down, your soul was simply aching for the safety to be utterly, magnificently unguarded. And underneath all of that, beneath the intricate strategies, the meticulously crafted armor, the carefully managed emotional landscape you have learned to navigate with such precision and fortitude, there is a primordial version of you that still believes, still aches, with an almost unbearable longing, still holds an unspoken prayer about a love that sees you completely. Not just the highlights, but the shadows, the untamed parts, the deepest oceans of your being. Not the polished persona, the curated feed, the good or spiritual version you present to the world, but the fiercely tender, wildly sovereign, sometimes messy, sometimes magnificent core of your being that longs to be met without judgment, without condition, without the need for explanation. This is the diamond within, still waiting for the light to refract its true brilliance. That version of you, the one holding the ancient prayer, is not waiting passively to be discovered by another person, as if by chance encounter. That version is waiting, actively, expectantly, to be revealed by you. It yearns for your courageous excavation, for your conscious unearthing of its magnificent truth. And there is one soul, one specific energetic signature woven into the very architecture of your destiny, who carries the precise, alchemical mirror needed to show you exactly who you are at that forgotten, sacred depth. Their purpose is not to complete you, for you are already whole and sovereign. Their purpose is to confirm you, to stand in front of you and reflect back something so ancient, so achingly familiar, so undeniably true to your deepest essence, that the moment it happens, you will not feel like you are simply falling in love, a dizzying descent into the unknown. Instead, you will feel like you are finally being recognized, a profound ascension into self-remembrance, a homecoming to a truth your soul has carried across lifetimes. It is the echo of I know you resonating through the very core of your being. This is the nature of cosmic lineage and multidimensional union. This is not a fleeting romance, but a profound soul agreement, a sacred contract written in the stars before your current incarnation. And this is the deep, transformative understanding we are opening today, peeling back the layers of conventional wisdom to reveal the truth of your soul's journey in love. What you just felt, that quiet ache mixed with a powerful, undeniable recognition, a resonance vibrating through your very cells, is not sadness or regret. It is your deepest frequency remembering what it came here to receive, a vibrational call echoing across the ethers. It is your soul stirring from a long slumber, recognizing the truth within these words. If this transmission stirred something deep within you that you cannot yet name, a longing or a knowing that transcends logic, then the divine love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the ancient wounds blocking your divine counterpart from fully entering your field and activate the authentic, irresistible signal that draws them closer to your awakened self. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time, a window of opportunity for those ready to claim their sacred union. The first key, the lineage remembrance. You were never ordinary, and part of you has always known this. Before you were this person, with this name, in this body navigating this particular chapter of a human life, burdened by its specific histories and aspirations, you were something else entirely. You were a spark of divine consciousness, an energetic signature, a unique cosmic entity. You came from somewhere, not in a merely metaphorical sense, not in the poetic language of self-help and spiritual platitudes, but in a literal, energetic, soul-level sense that reverberates through your very DNA. You carry a lineage, a cosmic one, an ancestral stream of light that extends beyond earthly generations, reaching back to stellar origins. And the reason love has always felt like such high stakes for you, a grand, pivotal quest rather than a casual pursuit, the reason shallow connections have never satisfied the oceanic depth of your yearning, the reason you sense something vast, something numinous, something profoundly significant beneath even your most ordinary moments, a subtle hum of cosmic memory, is precisely because your soul is not calibrated for ordinary experience. It was never meant to fit neatly into conventional boxes of affection or partnership. Your spirit vibrates at a frequency designed for the extraordinary, for a union that transcends the mundane. The ancient Arcturian transmissions, messages from a highly evolved star system, speak of specific souls who volunteered, with conscious intent and profound courage, for this particular era of human experience, this tumultuous yet transformative time on Earth. These are the souls who agreed to carry higher frequency blueprints into human form. Intricate energetic designs for love, for unity consciousness, for the kind of partnership that effortlessly transcends the limitations of personality quirks, individual histories, and external circumstances. These souls are the very ones who feel perpetually out of place, like celestial beings trying to navigate an earthly landscape, in relationships built on mere convenience, superficial compatibility, or societal expectation. They are the ones who can intuitively feel the difference between fleeting infatuation and authentic resonance, between ego-driven attraction and soul-level recognition, even when they struggle desperately to articulate that profound distinction in human words. They sense it in their bones, in the subtle shifts of energy, in the quiet stirrings of their inner compass. When you begin, truly begin, to remember and consciously claim your lineage, when you stop treating your profound sensitivity as a liability, as a weakness to be overcome, and instead start recognizing it as a potent signal of your divine origin, a finely tuned instrument of discernment, something profound and irreversible shifts in the way you relate to the concept and experience of love. You stop trying to compress your vast, radiant frequency into a smaller, more palatable form that others might find manageable or less intimidating. You cease apologizing for the unyielding depth of what you feel, for the intensity of your emotions, for the vastness of your spiritual perception. You begin to understand, with absolute clarity, that the partner who is truly meant for you, the soul aligned with your highest destiny, is not someone who will merely tolerate your intensity or try to temper it. They are someone who was exquisitely built from the very same cosmic fabric to meet it, to mirror it, to amplify it, because they carry a corresponding frequency, a twin spark, from the same profound soul lineage. They recognize the echo of their own origin in your light. This first key, this gateway to remembrance, does not unlock through mere intellectual affirmation alone, nor through reciting empty mantras. It unlocks through deep somatic recognition. It is activated through the moment you look honestly, without judgment or self-criticism, at the entire pattern of your life. The persistent longing that has shadowed your path, the almost unsettling precision of your discernment in matters of the heart, the way certain music or moments or breathtaking natural landscapes evoke an undeniable homesickness for something you cannot quite name, a place you have never physically been. And you finally say, with the full weight of your being, There is something profoundly true here, something sacred that I have not yet fully claimed. This isn't a fault. It's a feature. That conscious claiming, that radical self-acceptance of your unique, extraordinary nature, is not just the beginning of finding sacred union. It is the beginning of everything, the genesis of your authentic power. The second key, the mirror architecture, they do not complete you, they confirm you. The most dangerous, insidious, and ultimately misleading idea ever planted in the consciousness of someone seeking sacred union, especially twin flame union, is the pervasive notion that their divine counterpart is coming into their life to make them whole. This belief, while seemingly romantic, is a spiritual trap. That perception does not prepare you for the exquisite, sovereign dance of true union. Instead, it unwittingly prepares you for a subtle, yet profound, dependency cunningly disguised as devotion. It prepares you to project your own unresolved needs, your own internal emptiness, and your own unhealed shadows onto another soul, and then, with a tragically misplaced affection, to label that projection as love. This blueprint for seeking completion outside yourself only perpetuates the cycle of longing and eventual disappointment, because true wholeness is an inside job. Your divine counterpart, when they arrive in your energetic field, does not come as a void filler, a missing half to your incomplete equation. They arrive not to fill any empty spaces within you, but to stand before the magnificent sovereign fullness of who you already are, and with eyes that penetrate to your core, to say, with absolute clarity and reverence, I see you, all of you, every radiant facet, every tender shadow, every untamed wildness. I recognize what most could not reach, what others were too afraid to witness, what you yourself may have forgotten. This is the potent, often challenging, mirror architecture of twin flame union. It is not always comfortable, nor is it the warm, uncomplicated, perpetually blissful love that saccharine fairy tales and romantic comedies often describe. No, it is a sacred confrontation. It is a crucible of truth. Because when someone truly sees you, not the carefully constructed version you perform for the world, not the acceptable persona you present, but the raw, unedited, vulnerable version you have kept most hidden, even from yourself. Every wound that ever told you your true self was too much, too intense, too deep, too strange, too unlovable, will surface at once. Like ancient sentinels awakened, these old narratives rise to test your courage. The mirror of your divine counterpart does not merely reflect your inherent beauty, your strengths, or your most admirable qualities. It reflects everything you have not yet been willing to see, to acknowledge, to integrate, or to love about yourself. It brings to light the very corners of your soul where shadows still linger, not to judge, but to illuminate for healing. This is precisely why so many twin flame connections, especially in their early stages, feel profoundly destabilizing, intensely challenging, and sometimes even overwhelming. It is not because the connection itself is wrong or misaligned. It is because the degree of energetic visibility, the depth of soul transparency it requires, is unlike anything the wounded self, the ego, has ever agreed or dared to withstand. And the key here, the critical insight to hold fast to, is understanding that this discomfort, this shaking of your foundations, is not a sign to retreat, to run, or to abandon the connection. It is, unequivocally, a powerful sign that something profoundly real, something divinely orchestrated is happening. It is a sacred stripping away of all that is not authentic, preparing you for the truth of who you are and who you are destined to be in union. When this key is consciously turned, you stop fearing the depth of being seen. You transition from a lifetime of performing roles, of wearing masks, and you bravely, intentionally, begin the profound process of revealing your authentic self. You understand, with a clarity that cuts through all past conditioning, that the sacred love you are calling in, the union your soul yearns for, cannot fully enter a room that is filled with a meticulously crafted, pretend version of you. It can only enter and truly anchor in the sacred space where you are most truthfully, most vulnerably, most courageously yourself. Begin practicing that radical truth now, in all your interactions, in your quiet moments, in your self-reflection. Not for them, not as a strategy to attract your counterpart, but for you, for your own liberation, for the unveiling of your inherent divinity. The third key, the dimensional self-recognition, the soul beneath the story. There is a version of you that exists, vast and eternal, beyond your current biography, beyond the family you were born into, with all its karmic threads and ancestral patterns, beyond the specific wounds you accumulated in this lifetime, the hurts that etched themselves onto your heart, beyond the choices you made when you were still learning who you were, when you were navigating the labyrinth of human experience with limited maps, beyond the relationships that shaped your nervous system, leaving their imprints, and the intricate narratives you skillfully built to make sense of your pain, to give meaning to your suffering. Beneath all of that, like a magnificent ancient tree rooted deep beneath the surface soil, is a multidimensional self, a soul that chose this particular incarnation intentionally, with purpose and divine design, a soul that encoded specific gifts, unique capacities, and an inherent wisdom into your very being before you ever arrived on this earthly plane. This is the authentic you, the eternal you, residing in the quantum field of infinite possibility. This third key, the key of dimensional self-recognition, asks you to begin making conscious, consistent contact with that true, multidimensional self. It beckons you to embark on an inner journey of profound discovery, to peel back the layers of conditioning and societal expectations, to remember who you truly are at your core. This contact is not achieved through spiritual bypassing, not by floating airily above your human experience, disassociating from your emotions, and mistakenly calling it ascension or enlightenment. Rather, it is forged through honest, courageous inner inquiry, a fearless descent into the depths of your own being. It's about asking the profound, sometimes uncomfortable questions. Who am I when I am not managing how I appear to others, when I shed the masks of social expectation? Who am I when I am not perpetually protecting myself from the sting of disappointment, from the specter of past hurts? What do I actually believe is genuinely possible for me in love, in partnership, in sacred union? And more importantly, where did I learn to believe that? Was it from societal norms, family patterns, or the divine truth within? The reason this key is absolutely essential for the manifestation of sacred union is profoundly simple. Your divine counterpart is not primarily drawn to your persona, to the curated image you present to the world. They are drawn, magnet-like, to your authentic soul signal. And your soul signal is only fully, powerfully transmitting when you are living in radical alignment with your multidimensional truth, when you are embodying your most authentic self, when you are suppressing your innate gifts, shrinking your vast awareness to fit smaller containers, or performing a version of yourself meticulously built for someone else's comfort or acceptance. Your signal becomes distorted, muted, or fragmented. It does not go entirely silent, for the soul always vibrates, but it becomes static, a muffled whisper amidst a cacophony of white noise, and a soul navigating by the pure crystalline frequency of sacred resonance. A soul seeking its vibrational match cannot find static. They can only find, and be drawn to, profound clarity, the unwavering beacon of your essential truth. The deep alchemical work of this key is the work of becoming fully legible to your own depth. It is the sacred task of learning the intricate language your soul speaks, the ancient dialect vibrating beneath the superficial grammar of your conditioning, your past, and your societal programming. It is slow work sometimes, requiring immense patience and profound self-compassion. It is tender work, requiring a gentle hand as you uncover long-buried truths. But it is, without question, the most important and foundational preparation you can offer to the sacred union that is already inscribed in the divine blueprint of your destiny, patiently waiting for your conscious alignment. The fourth key, the wound alchemy. Turning your deepest hurt into your greatest signal. Every single place where love has bruised you, where it has caused pain, where it has left an indelible mark upon your heart, is also precisely the place where love, in its grand alchemical design, is trying to initiate you into a deeper understanding of its truth and of your own profound capacity. This is not a comfortable teaching, for it asks us to look at our deepest hurts with new eyes. It is certainly not meant to minimize or negate the very real suffering you survived, the trauma you endured. Instead, it is meant to reveal the hidden divine architecture of why your most painful love experiences truly happened, and what they were ultimately designed to do for the evolution of your soul. The profound wounds you carry from love, the sting of abandonment that felt like a cosmic severing, the shock of betrayal that shattered your trust, the aching invisibility that made you question your very existence, the relationships where you poured out your entire being, offering everything you had, only to be met with a deafening, isolating silence. These experiences did not happen to break you completely, to render you permanently flawed. In their deeper purpose, they happened to break open the parts of you that were too compressed, too guarded, too constricted to transmit at your full, magnificent frequency. Every heartbreak, no matter how excruciating it felt in the moment, was a kind of sacred surgery. It was the universe, with a precise, albeit painful hand, removing something that was ultimately not a vibrational match, clearing energetic debris, and in so doing, creating essential space, a cleared channel, for your authentic soul signal to become stronger, clearer, and more resonant than ever before. It was a refining fire, tempering your spirit. When you do not consciously alchemize these wounds, when you continue to carry them, unconsciously or consciously, as irrefutable evidence that you are unlovable, or that love itself is inherently dangerous, or that you are perpetually destined for disappointment, they do not simply disappear into the annals of your past. Instead, they become potent, distorting filters through which you interpret every new connection, every potential relationship. They cause you to project betrayal onto nascent connections before it even exists, to reflexively create emotional distance before genuine vulnerability is even requested, to subtly, perhaps unconsciously, sabotage what might have been real and lasting, because your nervous system, still living in the past, cannot yet distinguish between the echoes of yesterday's pain and the fresh, vibrant reality of the present moment. It's like trying to see a clear future through fractured glass. Wound alchemy is the courageous, transformative practice of sitting with what hurt you most deeply, not to wallow, but to inquire. It's about asking that raw pain an honest, open-hearted question. What did you teach me through your intense lessons that I could not have learned any other way? What hidden strength did you forge within me? What profound truth did you reveal about my own resilience or the nature of true love? This process is not about forgiving for the sake of the other person, not about absolving them of their role. It is about integrating the lessons, the wisdom, the power you gained, for the sake of your own energetic frequency, for the liberation of your own soul. It is about consciously completing the karmic lesson so that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not have to repeat it for you in another form. When this key is consciously turned, when wound alchemy is enacted, your deepest hurts cease to define your current and future love story. Instead, they transform, like lead into gold, and begin to profoundly inform your inherent wisdom, your compassion, your discernment. You stop unconsciously attracting partners who mirror your unhealed places, creating echoes of past pain, and you begin, with a newfound vibrational clarity, to draw towards you souls who recognize, honor, and resonate with your healed ones, with the illuminated facets of your integrated self. You become a beacon of wholeness, attracting wholeness. The fifth key, the sacred signal. Becoming findable at the frequency of your truth. Your divine counterpart is navigating their journey through life not primarily with their physical eyes, nor with the linear logic of their human mind. They are being drawn to you, with an undeniable energetic pull, by a signal, a unique, potent energetic frequency that your soul emits when it is living, breathing, and embodying alignment with its deepest, most authentic truth. And the single most important, most powerful thing you can do to accelerate and facilitate the manifestation of sacred union is not to search harder, to strive more frantically, or to chase external connections with increased effort. It is, profoundly, to signal more clearly. It is to become an unmistakable beacon of your own divine essence. What does it truly mean to signal clearly? It means living your actual life, the life that genuinely resonates with your soul's calling, not the life you meticulously planned or carefully constructed in order to appear more lovable, more acceptable, or more normal to others. It means pursuing, with passionate conviction, the creative expression that sets your spirit ablaze, the acts of service that align with your deepest purpose, the sacred practices that nourish your inner world, the forms of beauty and depth that genuinely stir your soul and make it sing, not because you believe these actions will strategically attract someone, but precisely because they are the most authentic, unfiltered, and radiant expression of who you genuinely are. And authentic expression, unburdened by expectation, is the clearest, most potent frequency signal your entire being can possibly emit. It is your soul's signature song, carried on the cosmic winds. Signaling clearly also means being courageously honest in your existing relationships, both platonic and familial, about what you genuinely feel, about your true needs, about your desires. It means actively choosing not to perform a superficial facade of low-maintenance ease, when in your core, you are a high-depth, high-sensitivity soul, craving profound connection and understanding. It means allowing the trusted people in your life to witness you accurately, truly, in your magnificent complexity, even if it feels uncomfortable. This practice of transparent vulnerability in your current sphere is not just for others. It is a sacred training ground for your soul, enabling it to become practiced and comfortable in the profound vulnerability that sacred union will undeniably require. It's building your capacity for true intimacy. And crucially, signaling clearly means trusting, with every fiber of your being, that the right soul, your divine counterpart, does not need you to diminish yourself, to shrink your light, or to make yourself easier to love. They do not require you to conform to any external ideal. On the contrary, they need you, desperately and profoundly, to be fully, unapologetically, recognizably yourself, in all your nuanced glory, in your tender strength, in your unique frequency, because that, and only that, is the authentic, undeniable signal they are intrinsically calibrated to find, the magnetic north that guides their soul towards yours, across the vast expanses of the universe. The sixth key, the separation as sanctification. When distance is the teacher. If you have known the peculiar, often excruciating agony of a connection that felt more real, more profound, more soul-shaking than anything you had ever experienced, a love that transcended time and space, and yet, incomprehensibly, it still ended, or paused, or went silent in ways that defied all human logic and emotional understanding, then you know, deep in your bones, that no ordinary understanding of no conventional romantic narrative can possibly contain or explain that experience. The ordinary, linear mind desperately wants to label it a failed relationship, a broken promise, a wound to be overcome. But the soul, in its ancient wisdom, recognizes it as something else entirely, something far more sacred and purposeful. Twin flame separation is not a failure, not a punishment, and certainly not an indication of unworthiness. It is, in fact, one of the most advanced, demanding, and ultimately transformative spiritual classrooms available to a soul in human form. It is the universe itself, in its infinite wisdom and perfect timing, creating the precise, divinely orchestrated conditions that neither soul, in their human egoic state, could have consciously generated or sustained on their own. These are conditions that fiercely compel the turning inward, the often uncomfortable confrontation with the unhealed aspects of self, the accelerated growth and profound alchemical transformation that only the crucible of aloneness, the sacred pause of distance, can truly initiate and sustain. It is a divine intervention for your highest good. During the often arduous period of separation, the deep human temptation is to focus entirely, obsessively, on the missing person, to track their energy, to analyze their behavior, to scroll through their social media, to wonder ceaselessly what they are doing, whether they are thinking of you, if they miss you. But the actual, profound invitation of separation, its sacred purpose, is to become so completely absorbed in your own becoming, in your own soul's evolution, in the magnificent unfolding of your authentic self, that you arrive at reunion, or, if the path diverges, at the next sacred chapter of your journey, as a fundamentally different, more integrated, more radiant version of yourself. A version who has consciously done the deep inner work that the connection itself, in its vastness, required. A version who has healed, grown, and remembered, and who is now finally truly ready for the depth of union that was always the ultimate destination, the grand design of your soul contract. Separation is not the universe punishing you for past transgressions or perceived flaws. It is, in its profound grace, the universe sanctifying you. It is preparing you, refining you, purifying you for what cannot be entered unprepared, for a level of union that demands the fullest expression of your sovereign, integrated self. When this key is consciously turned, when you shift your perspective, you stop experiencing the physical or energetic distance as a crushing loss, a personal tragedy. Instead, you begin, with spiritual insight, to experience it as a powerful, sacred initiation, a profound pilgrimage into self-mastery and self-love, knowing that every moment apart is serving a higher purpose in the grand tapestry of your divine love story. The seventh key, the recognition moment, when the soul knows before the mind does. There is a moment, an exquisitely profound, often breathtaking moment, and many who are watching this, whose souls are vibrating with these truths, have already experienced a version of it, perhaps fleetingly, perhaps with a startling intensity. It is the moment when you encounter someone, a soul woven into your destiny, and something deep within you simply knows. It is an undeniable, visceral recognition that bypasses all logic, all rational thought. It occurs before your human mind has had a chance to form an opinion, before you have exchanged enough words to construct a justifiable reason for the feeling. It happens before you have any tangible, rational evidence to understand why this person feels so deeply familiar, like a long-lost memory resurrected in the present. Your soul, with its ancient wisdom and its intrinsic energetic GPS, recognizes the precise signal of your divine counterpart, the resonant frequency of your sacred mirror, before your conscious mind has even begun to catch up to the magnitude of what is happening. It is a knowing in your bones, a vibration in your spirit. This profound recognition does not always manifest as the typical butterflies in the stomach sensation described in conventional romance. Sometimes, it feels like an immense gravitational pull, an unstoppable force drawing you in, a sense of deep, immutable settling. It's the profound sensation of something sliding perfectly into place within your being that you didn't even realize was misaligned or missing until that very moment. Sometimes, it feels like looking into a mirror that, for the first time, shows you a version of yourself you have never truly seen before. Your raw essence, your unvarnished truth, reflected back with startling clarity. And sometimes, quite paradoxically, it is terrifying, because the sheer depth of the recognition means that this connection, unlike any other, is going to demand and require the fullest, most authentic, most vulnerable version of you. And the fullest version of you is exactly what all the previous keys, all the prior work, all the challenges, all the separations, have been meticulously preparing you for. It is the final exam after a lifetime of rigorous spiritual study. This final key, the key of divine recognition, does not unlock through strenuous effort, through force of will, or through any attempt to manipulate or manufacture the moment. It cannot be coerced. It opens organically, from the inside out, when all the other profound inner work has been diligently done. When you have consciously remembered your cosmic lineage, reclaiming your extraordinary nature. When you have bravely practiced being truly seen, shedding the masks and shedding the fear. When you have begun to recognize and integrate your multidimensional self, embracing the soul beneath the story. When you have alchemized your deepest wounds, transforming pain into profound wisdom. When you have clarified your sacred signal, becoming an unmistakable beacon of your truth. When you have found the profound gift in the crucible of separation, embracing it as a divine initiation. And crucially, when you have arrived at genuine readiness, not a performed readiness, not a wishful readiness, but the deep, authentic, embodied readiness that resonates from your core. That is when the door truly opens. That is when the recognition, the sacred homecoming, becomes not just possible, but inevitable. And that is when what was always profoundly written in the architecture of your soul, inscribed in the cosmic blueprint of your destiny, finally becomes what is undeniably true and vibrantly alive in your waking life, manifesting as the sacred union you were always meant to experience. Now hear this, and hear it clearly, for this is a message echoing from the core of your own soul. You did not stumble across this message by accident, by mere chance, or by a random algorithm. There is no such thing as accidental timing when a soul is close to a sacred threshold, when it is on the precipice of profound remembrance and transformation. You were guided here, drawn by an invisible thread, by something deep within you that knew, long before you even sat down to watch or read this, that there was something here, a vital transmission, a profound truth that you desperately needed to receive in this exact moment. That something is not separate from you. It is not an external force or a voice from beyond. It is the deepest, truest, most ancient, most sovereign part of you. The wise part that remembers the original blueprint, that holds the precise frequency of your divine design, and that has never, for a single moment, stopped knowing that the love you seek, the sacred union your heart aches for, is not a fanciful illusion or a romantic fantasy. It is a tangible soul agreement, a sacred contract woven into the very fabric of your being. And that agreement is still active. It is potent. It is waiting for your conscious activation. Every moment of profound longing you have ever felt, every quiet ache in the deepest chambers of your heart, was not a wound of insufficiency. It was a powerful, directional signal. It was your heart reaching forward through the veil of time and space, extending itself toward a resonance it already intimately knows, a frequency it recognizes as home. Every heartbreak that brought you to your knees, that left you feeling shattered and raw, was not irrefutable evidence of your unworthiness, not a divine punishment. It was, in truth, the universe's precise, albeit painful clearing of a frequency that was ultimately not a match for your highest truth, diligently creating sacred room, an energetic vacuum for one that is. Every night you lay awake, gazing into the darkness, wondering if you were too much, or perhaps not enough, or somehow constitutionally incapable of receiving the boundless love you so freely and magnificently give to others. Those nights were not the ultimate truth of your story. They were the intense alchemical pressure required to reveal the inherent diamond of what you actually are, a being of exquisite, unbreakable divine light. You are a soul of specific, rare, and extraordinary frequency. You came here, into this human experience, carrying an intricate love blueprint that cannot and will not be satisfied by convenience, by compromise, or by anything less than divine alignment. And the person who is meant to stand before you, to look into your eyes and recognize that blueprint with their entire being, with their whole soul, with every cell of their body. They are not a figment of your imagination, not a fantasy you invented to cope with the silence of loneliness. They exist. They are navigating their own parallel journey. They are also, in their own unique, divinely guided way, doing the profound inner work of preparing, of remembering, of aligning, just as you are. Your only truly essential task, the most powerful action you can take, is to become so completely, so honestly, so unapologetically, and so beautifully yourself that your unique soul signal becomes unmistakable, a brilliant lighthouse in the energetic landscape. To consciously stop shrinking your vastness for rooms, for relationships, for situations that were simply too small for your magnificent frequency. To stop apologizing, even silently, for the profound depth of your longing, for the intensity of your emotions, for the vastness of your spiritual perception. To stop pretending that almost is enough, that good enough will suffice, when your soul has always known, with unwavering certainty, that it is not, and never will be, enough for the love you truly deserve and are destined for. Place your hand on your heart right now, not metaphorically, not as a poetic gesture. Do it. Feel the warmth, the rhythmic beat of your own life force. Connect to the sacred sanctuary within, and say this aloud, with the full weight of every journey that brought you to this very moment, with the conviction of a soul remembering its truth. I am worthy of a love that sees all of me, without reservation, without condition. I align now with the soul that carries my perfect mirror, the one who reflects my divine essence. I trust what is written, unequivocally, in the sacred architecture of my heart. That is not merely an affirmation, a hopeful wish whispered into the void. That is a powerful, undeniable signal. And somewhere in the vast, interconnected field of this universe, something profoundly resonant just received it. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what is forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This is not content. It is collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, do not keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You are not just watching, you are healing. This is your sacred space. And we are just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.